Hi, my name is Sri Harshita. My topic is about SSL TLS session, aware user authentication. Coming to the introduction, SSL is a secure socket layer and TLS is a transport layer. And TLS is a transport layer security. These are the protocols used to design internet communication. They encrypt data in transmit to protect against eavesdropping and tampering. Understanding these protocols is essential for implementing secure user authentication mechanism. So, what is the importance of a user authentication? User authentication is critical for ensuring that only authorized individuals can access a sensitive information. Like, like we have different kind of authentications. Like only the people who have the authentication, they can only access the information, so that we can ensure that uh, there is no false usage of our identity. And authentication is like a process or action of proving or showing something to be true, genuine, or valid. And it acts as the first line of defense against unauthorized access and data breaches. Proper user authentication methods can decrease the likelihood of account takeover and individuality. So, authentication in software systems like logins and APIs, and we have different methods for the authentication, like keeping the passwords, two-factor authentication, and all. And another is like authentication services or platforms like OpenID Connect or different things. And so, what is session management? Here, session management involves maintaining the states of user interaction with a web application. So, it is a crucial for tracking user activity and managing user sessions securely. Proper session management enhances the user experience while maintaining the security. So, in the context of web development or software system, session management refers to a process of managing and storing user data during the interaction with a web application. And here is a basics overview of session creation. When a user login, a session is created. This session typically contains a unique identifier, like a session ID, to reorganize the user. The session data can include authentication information, user preferences, or other details about the user interaction. And session storage. The session ID is often stored on the client side in a cookie or something in a local storage of the browser. On the server side, session data is stored in memory or a database or dedicated session storage system. And we have session management techniques like cookies, commonly used to store the session ID and maintain a user session across the different requests. And JWT, JSON Web Tokens, another way of managing sessions where tokens are stored on the client side and passed to the server within each request. And another one is the server side session storage, storing session data on the server, example like memory, database, or distributed system like Redis, to keep track of users on other activities. Then, so what is the role of the SSL, TLS in user authentication? SSL provides a secure channel between client and server for transmitting authentication data. It ensures that credentials are not exposed during the transmission, mitigating interception risk. The encryption offered by SSL TLS is a vital for protecting sensitive information like passwords. So it plays a crucial role in securing user authentication and ensuring data integrity during the communication between a client and a server. While SSL is an older protocol, TLS is more secure and more modern successor, and they are often used interchangeably in the context of a secure communication. Session aware authentication defined. Session aware authentication, user authentication is a mechanism that considers the context of the user session. This approach enhances security by adapting to changes in user behavior or environment. It allows for dynamic adjustments to authentication requirements based on the real time data. So, mechanism of session-aware authentication. Session tokens are commonly used to maintain the authentication state across multiple requests. These tokens can be validated against a server-side session store for enhanced security. Implementing expiry times and session limits helps mitigate the risk of session hijacking. And there are some benefits of a session-aware authentication. It offers a more secure authentication process by adapting to user behavior. The system can detect anomalies and prompt for additional verification when necessary. This approach can reduce friction for legitimate user while increasing security. And what are the challenges that we're gonna face when we are implementing SSL and TLS? One major challenge is managing SSL certificate, which require uh, a regular renewal and a validation. SSL certificate is a digital certificate that provides security for online communication. It is used to encrypt data during transmission between a web server and a browser, ensuring that sensitive information such as personal details or credit card information remains secure. And there are key concepts in the SSL certificate. One is the encryption. The primary purpose of the SSL TLS certificate is to encrypt the data transmitted between user browser and the server, preventing hackers and unauthorized parties from intercepting or reading the information. Another one is the authentication. An SSL certificate helps authenticate the identity of the website or server. It proves that the website that user is connecting to the legitimate and not a fraudulent site attempting to steal data. And data integrity. SSL certificate also provides a data integrity, and we have different types of SSL certificate: domain, organization validated, extended validator, wildcard SSL, multi-domain, and we have another different things. Threats to SSL and TLS security. Man in the middle attack can offer if SSL TLS is not properly implemented. Weak cipher suits or outdated protocols can expose vulnerabilities to attackers, and certificate spoofing can determine trust in the SSL TLS connection. And best participants for the SSL TLS implementation is regularly updating the SSL TLS libraries to protect against known vulnerabilities. Use strong cipher suits and disable outdated protocols like SSL 3.0 or TLS 1.0, the versions. Implement certificate transparency to enhance the security of SSL certificate, and user education on authentication best practices. Educating users on the importance of secure passwords can improve overall security. Encouraging the user of multi-factor authentication adds an extra layer of protection. Users should be informed about recognizing phishing attempts to the target authentication credentials, and monitoring the user sessions. Continuous monitoring of user sessions can help identify suspicious behavior. Anomalous login attempts should trigger alerts for further investigation. Logging user activity can aid in forensic analysis if a security breach occurs, and integrating machine learning for authentication. Machine learning algorithm can analyze user behavior patterns for anomaly detection. These systems can adapt authentication requirements based on real-time behaviors. Implementing machine learning can enhance the efficiency of session-aware authentication. And future trends in SSL and TLS authentication is to move towards QUIC and HTTP is a set to change how SSL TLS is utilized. Enhanced focus on privacy and security will drive more innovations in user authentication methods. Organization will increasingly adopt zero trust models that incorporate session aware authentication. And we have different kinds of case studies. Numerous tech gains have successfully implemented session aware authentication to enhance security. Case studies reveal that proactive session management can significantly reduce security incidents. Lessons learned from these implementation can guide smaller organizations in adapting similar strategies. And legality, compliance, and SSL/TLS. Compliance with the regulations like GDPR and HIPAA mandates secure user authentication processes, and SSL/TLS plays a crucial role in meeting data protection requirements outlined in these regulations. Organizations must ensure they are up to date with the compliance standard to avoid penalties. And there are different kinds of tools and technologies for SSL TLS authentication. Various tools exist for managing SSL certificates and manage monitoring their status. Security information and event management systems can help in tracking user authentication events. Utilizing these tools can streamline the management of certificates and enhance overall security. And user experience considerations. Balancing security and user experience is crucial in session aware authentication. Authentication process should not overly burden users, leading to frustration. Streamlining authentication while ensuring robust security measures enhance user satisfaction. So, coming to the conclusion, SSL TLS session aware user authentication is essential for modern web security. By implementing best practices and leveraging advanced technologies, organization can enhance security. Continuous education and adoption are key to maintaining secure user authentication processes. Thank you.